Welcome back to a brand new episode of Baboom. I know it's been a while. If you ever see any ads on my channel, then YouTube put them there. Wow. So, what's been going on? I got a brand new microphone. If you can tell that there's a difference, please let me know. If you can't tell, oh well, it sounds pretty good to me. If you think there's a way I can improve it, might as well tell me now because it's better than my Blue Yeti, at least what I think. The only challenge is that there's no physical mute button on it. So I actually have to mute in the system in case, you're on Discord or change it to push to talk, and that's already a nightmare. Anyway, so video games, yada yada yada. You got Red Dead coming out soon. EDF 5 is coming out in December. Earth Defense Force 5. That's something I have reserved. It's something I'm excited for. So much so that I already paid for like the extreme super collector digital edition or something, whatever. I really enjoyed the hell out of 4.1. In fact, you can actually see some of the EDF gameplay on my channel, shooting a shit ton of spiders and ants. But I digress. So, what we have right now is eventually an all digital, I guess, game world coming up, what is going to be with the next system? Like, what's going to be the next catch with the new systems that are coming out? So far, you've already seen in the news that Sony's considering the PlayStation 5. And if you actually have been paying attention to time, and I know I haven't because it's been like 2 months since I've came out with an episode, you would know that it's been quite a few years since the PlayStation 4 came out. I think it's sold roughly around 75 million units worldwide, which is a lot, which is an absolute truckload for one video game console company. And it shows, they have an absolute huge following. So where are they going to take them? Is it going to be a mostly digital future, or are we still going to try and revolve around Blu-rays? Who knows? I know for sure one thing. For some reason, I've been emulating games. Fuck it. A friend of mine decided to send me a HD Fire tablet, and I decided to, try and get rid of as much bloatware as possible and things like that. Try, go into developer settings and mess with a few things. And I've been using it for PlayStation 1 and N64 and even trying to stretch it so far as the PlayStation 2 games. Why won't Sony and Nintendo just come out with an official emulation app? Why not? It's already been shown, it's already been debunked that pirating games does not hurt the video game economy, air quotes here. So why not just come out with a really good app that lots of people can download, mess with some settings and stuff like that, and you could still charge them for the ROMs. I mean, sure, it's like, hey, look, here's our official ROM service. We won't use it to like legally fight you or anything like that. Here's a ROM, a AAA developed ROM with tons of user settings, and give us like, I don't know, $10 and we'll give you a ROM of a game or something. Like, it doesn't matter how rare it is. You have the entire PS1 library out there available for you, right? Hell, even for starters, you could put it just on Sony phones. Don't put any kind of DRM on it because that's just going to make people hate you, because the whole purpose of emulation is that there's no online, I guess, catch. Like, you don't need to connect to online or anything like that. It's just your classic favorite games just on the go. Why not? I mean, you came out with, or at least they announced, this crappy PlayStation 1 emulated console. And essentially, it's just a smaller little piece of plastic that looks like a PlayStation 1, and it still needs to be connected to a TV, and it still needs like wired controllers and all this other kind of crap. It's purely for the nostalgic idiot. It is for the moron that is willing to settle for whatever the company is just going to outright give you, and then say that that's the best. You can't do it any other kind of way. Man, this is all great. Why? Like, my S9 Plus. Well, yeah, sure, the S9 Plus is still kind of a very expensive venture, but hey, look, it's my phone. So I use it for everything. I use it for media. I use it for, hell, even Discord sometimes, staying in touch with friends. I use it for an absolute mountain of shit. Why not use that for emulating? And I did. I put emulators on it. I put ROMs on it. And then I got some cheap Bluetooth controllers, and I haven't looked back since. I transferred everything over to the HD Fire, and now I have an 8-inch screen that pretty much emulates everything that I can throw at it. Kind of iffy on the PS2 games. So why not just come out with a AAA developed emulator? Where's the problem? I don't understand. I still don't get to this day why these companies demand so much control over their user base. Let's say the consumer was in fact a dog on a leash, right? A dog doesn't want like fucking 5 inches of leash. No, man, they want to be able to run around a little bit, sniff this there, take a piss there, that they want a little bit of freedom. I mean, sure, the leash isn't inherently freedom, but it still allows them to kind of wander around a little bit. You can still say like, hey, look, you can emulate whatever you want. You can take a piss wherever you want, but you have to do it through our emulator. Ta-da! And the emulator's the leash. That's it. Just as long as it doesn't require them to be connected online, just charge them $10, get them and let them download the ROM. There's no DRM on it or anything like that. Hell, they can even share it, because it's been proven that if people like a product enough, they are going to pay for it. They're going to say, wow, we like what you did here. Even though I did pirate it, I still want to give you some kind of money for it, because the average person understands that in order for them to keep doing what they're doing, in order to keep making things that you like, they need income. They need money. So Nintendo, Sony, I know you're probably not going to hear this, but what's wrong with you? Why aren't you coming out with just this basic emulator that's official? That's for everybody's phones and for everybody's tablets. I mean, you have so many resources available, and from there you can actually eventually even get away from even having consoles. You can eventually turn it into a whole PlayStation Online Plus ordeal, where it's like, hey, look, if you're a member of PlayStation Plus, then we'll give you so many ROMs right off the bat for free. You don't have to go through pirated channels or anything like that. You don't have to worry about legal issues. Like, here, have some ROMs. You're a member of our monthly service. You could do so many things with an actual official emulator. You could even break away from systems entirely. I mean, I know that's kind of pushing it, but that's what's happening. We're starting to get hardware that's so good at what it does that everything is being left in the dust. I mean, they're going to be like, oh, well, our next console can play 4K at this rate and all this other kind of stuff. I still don't know anyone that owns a 4K TV. I don't know anyone that takes 4K seriously other than the extreme graphics hogs that come to PC gaming. That's it. I mean, it's because their computers are so powerful, they don't want to see that power go to waste. So then they get like a really ridiculous monitor set up, and then they're like, whoa, wow, look how good it looks. And, I'm getting 60 frames per second and all this other kind of stuff. Dude, that's fantastic. You just spent thousands of dollars, but you do you go for it. Hell, I already have my PC built for the next generation, maybe come, what is it? November? Yeah, Black Friday. Maybe some of that will be on sale. I think it's roughly around like $1,200 worth of extra crap. I'm just going to recycle my video card and bring that over to that. I mean, it's a 1080. It still does its job. I don't need the new RTX BS yet. Nothing can even use that. Hey, buddy, I know if you're listening to this and you own an RTX video card, hey, that's cool that you've been saving up for a while now, but nothing uses it yet. Nothing actually utilizes that card. nothing will for probably the next year. So, I mean, it's great that you spent $1,200 on that video card, but that's uh waste of money. I'm just throwing it out there. It's cool. It's cool. Like I am a little bit jealous, but $1,200 down the drain for a video card. Oh man, you are breaking my balls here. Like 700 was already pushing it. You're almost doubling that. Nah, for a release version of a video card. You're pretty much beta testing at this point. But anyway, I digress. I don't want to come off as an asshole here, even though I know I am one. I recently beat Uncharted 4. It was $10. Hey, it wasn't bad. Usually when it comes to the Uncharted games, I've played every single one of them. In fact, Uncharted number 1, I beat in one night. That same day I had to work, I beat it at 9 a.m. that morning, and I had to go into work at like 11 o'clock. I just slammed it on the desk, and I was like, I did it. I beat it. And this is back when I worked over at GameStop, and they're like, dude, you just checked this game out yesterday. Yeah. I beat it in a single night from, geez, probably like 9 p.m. till 9 a.m. Yeah, 12 hours. It took about 12 hours just straight playing, just running around, shooting things up. And I really enjoyed the Uncharted series. There was always a sense of mysticism when it came to the treasure. The characters were always memorable. But Uncharted 4 kind of just a little bit dropped the ball. They went between these segments of shooting, then puzzle, then shooting, then puzzle. And it was so obvious that it was just kind of bland. Like there was no mystical aspect to the treasure this time around. There was no catch. If you get what I'm saying, like, yeah, hooray, there was treasure. But then they couldn't really leave with the treasure. That's it. Like there was no, hey, it's a treasure, but it's cursed, or yeah, it's immortality, but it will mutate you, and all this other kind of stuff. There was none of that kind of stuff that's going on. It was just, hey, look, there's treasure, but you can't. There's so much of it, you can't take it with you. Ta-da! Like that was it. Um, Spoiler alert. EDF, like I already said, EDF 5's coming out, and I'm really pumped for that. I'm hoping my brother gets that with me. My brother has been looking for a lot of co-op games for us to play together, and we're trying to get back into Bloodborne, maybe pushing it. It's like it's still installed. I can still pick it up anytime, but I've already forgotten 10,000 things. I already forgot the controls, everything else. And he tried to get me into Destiny 2. And Destiny 2 is honestly one of the most forgettable experiences I've had all year. If anything, I only remember it because it was just that bland. I mean, it was like you gave me a chicken breast with zero seasoning on it. Like you didn't even use oil to cook it. Like you didn't even put oil in the pan and then like flip the chicken breast or whatever. You kind of just put some butter so it didn't stick to it, and then you just slapped on the chicken breast, and then hooray, it's a cooked chicken breast. Like there was nothing else on it. That's what Destiny 2 felt like. It just felt so bland. Now, sure, it looks good. Like you got that crisp brown, that little coat on it from it being cooked a little bit extra on there. All right, cool, thanks. It looks good. But then when you go to taste it, you're just like, this is boring. Like it needs something. It needs like a side dish or something to complement it, right? That's what happened with Destiny 2. Like I'm trying to play it, and the story, the characters, everything was just it was just boring. It was so boring. You are Guy. Alien invasion is coming to planet, and you have to help stop them. Ah. Now, if it was a bit of aware of itself, I would throw it a bone. Like you could, I guess, say that is the story of Earth Defense Force as well, EDF 5. Aliens have attacked Earth, and they're blowing up the cities and killing the people. Yeah, sure, but EDF is aware of just how corny and lame that story is, and everything else about it is fun. It's aware of that. Whereas Destiny 2 is like, everything's dire. You have to do this or else we're going to lose. And it's like, I could, this quest, I want to go play soccer out in the field with those guys. because there's a little soccer field, and you could just run around and like kick the ball with your character and stuff in the main hub area, I guess, of the game. So it's like, man, look how dire everything is. Like all the characters just oversell everything. Like, yeah, I've been out here doing this for so long, and you don't know what it's like, and all this other kind of crap. Like, dude, you are just really you're overselling this. Like, you really are trying too hard with Destiny 2. Its story is boring. Its setting is boring. The villains are boring. It's boring. It's just outright boring. The gameplay is even boring. All right, cool. I'm going to pick this guy. Activate super special ability that kills everything in the room. Move on to the next room. Shoot everybody in the room. Move on to next room. Shoot everybody in the room. Move on to next room. Shoot everybody in the room. Move on to next room. Boss. Boss has extra health. Dodge its ability. Activate special ability. Hooray, it's dead. Loot. Ta-da. And then there's the off chance that you actually get something that you really want instead of a chess piece that you've already gotten 4 times already. Anyway, Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out, and I know lots of people are excited for that. You know me, I'm a bit of a skeptical person when it comes to that, so I am going to hold off. Sure, it's $60, and I have all these other different versions of it with all this extra online content, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to hold off for a bit. I got quite a bit on my plate already. I still have to beat A Hat in Time. A friend gifted that to me, and I've been wanting to play it. Like, I just kind of want this good platform puzzler. Like, let's go for it. Let's try it. But I really need to try and pick that up and play that. So, Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar, for some reason, when it came to GTA 5, its online was great and terrible all at the same time. It was one of the biggest dual-edged swords that you could ever possibly get. Its online was atrocious. Meanwhile, what you could do online was the best part. Do all these bank heists and missions together with all of your friends, and all right, that's great and stuff. But this constant migrating to host, constant load screens, it was a nightmare. It was enjoyable for a few weeks, and then I don't know, it just died down for me, especially with all the random RDM bullshit, like people just running around killing each other. Sure, that's part of the chaos, that's part of the fun, but whenever you're actually trying to get something done, just assholes. Like, it's just, hey, look, man, you can't just walk across the street without someone just hunting you down and gunning you down for whatever apparent reason, because they get a kick out of it. That's it. And there's nothing you could do about it other than put a dunce hat on them. Great. Can I just have a private server? I don't remember if you could actually do that anymore. I don't know if that was added in. Because I played GTA 5 online way back when the game first came out. But RDR, it's going to be a whole shit show again. There's online for that too now. And it's going to be running around and just shit hitting the fan everywhere. I can tell you that right off the bat. So I'm going to wait and see some gameplay. I'm going to wait and see exactly to see what I'm looking for in Red Dead, and then I'll give it a shot. Hell, I haven't even played God of War 4 yet. I'm waiting for that to go on sale. For some reason, that's still full priced every single opportunity that I see it. And every now and again, it might be $30. I might pick it up when it's 30. We'll see. But like I said, there won't be any commercials or ads on my channel unless YouTube put them there. So please stay tuned. I'm going to make some more content. Again, this is not my usual Blue Yeti. This is now a Rode Podcaster. So let me know if it's better or worse. I can see where I can adjust it from there. And thanks for tuning in.